there are files, but they're made by Obama, Crooked Hillary, the Democrats, and everyone.
Bro,
Which
what?
goes against what the DOJ and FBI was just trying to say about the outright existence of those kind of things not being in the fucking corporeal realm. But now Trump is saying, no, they're there, but they're like really fraudulent because Obama and Hillary and everyone, they like made them. It was so absurd, in fact, that he got ratioed on his own platform by his most loyal of enthusiasts. It is such a bad job at covering this up, everyone is seeing through it. And I want to
Yep.
go over it here, because this is like a full-blown reflavitation that we're witnessing. Like, that's not even a word, and yet that word still elicits some kind of emotion. Like, it still feels like it fucking means something. I don't have words to express how bad all of this has become. It's unreal. What's going on with my boys, and in some cases, gals? An excellent intro right there. That would be an A plus on the summer book report. My God, what a way of starting a post. They're all going after Attorney General Pam Bondi, who's doing a fantastic job. We're on one team, MAGA, and I don't like what's happening. We have a perfect administration, the talk of the world, and selfish people are trying to hurt it all over a guy who never dies, Jeffrey Epstein. For years, it's Epstein over and over again. Why are we giving publicity to files written by Obama, crooked Hillary, Comey, Brennan, and losers and criminals of the Biden administration who con the world with the Russia hoax, 51 intelligence agents, the laptop from hell, and more? He literally right there says that there's files, which is the exact opposite of what the DOJ and
Dude, I'm
FBI have
not
been
gonna lie.
saying, that there are
This
no
is a whole
files,
lot of
there
words,
are no
bro.
client lists, there is nothing
I
there.
can't read
But
this.
now
This
he's
is a whole
saying
lot of
it is
fucking
there,
words.
but you
I'm glad
can't
he's
trust it
reading it
because
for us.
Obama and Hillary and all these other people worked on it. Like, what the fuck? He
What the
continues,
John?
why didn't the radical left lunatics release the Epstein files? If there was anything in there that could have hurt the MAGA movement, why didn't they use it? Fucking exactly. If this was written by Obama and crooked Hillary, why wouldn't they have used this against you when they had power? Fucking Biden was president for 4 years. If they had already
Yeah,
orchestrated
that
this
makes sense.
fraudulent Epstein list, don't you think they would have dropped it as a weapon against you? You are
Yep.
contradicting your own statement here. The reason these files haven't been released is because it implicates so many people from all sides of the political spectrum, so both sides are fucking fearful of these ever seeing the light of day. If this
Exactly,
really was
bro.
written by Obama and the crew here, surely that would have dropped at some point. No doubt. I'm
And
gonna go
that
ahead and
nigga is in
fast
the
forward to
files
the end here
himself,
because the
bro.
little nugget at
That's
the
why
end
he's
is
trying. He knows
unreal.
he's in the
One
files,
year
so
ago, our country was
and you
dead.
know
Now it's
they're
the
event.
hottest
Nah,
country
see,
anywhere in the world. Let's
hold
keep it
on,
that
bro.
way and not
Hold on.
waste time and
Trump's kind of smart in a weird way, right? Because although this is going against what the FBI said, the FBI fucking lied and it's obvious. Everybody knows the FBI lied, okay? Trump knows it. Everybody else knows it. And Trump knows everybody. Ew, why is there a fucking fruit fly? Everybody knows that. Sorry, Trump knows everybody knows it, right? And if that's the case, then boom. Let me get ahead of this because eventually the truth will come to light. Feel me? A bad cover up only means people are gonna ask more and more questions because now it feels like it's even realer than ever. So it's at this point, now people is constantly asking about it. So there's no more hiding. There's no more. He tried to brush over it by saying, "I don't know why we're focused on this when we have bigger fish to fry." That doesn't work. The bigger fish to fry is not, the Epstein is the biggest fish at the moment, irregardless, because that's the oldest fish. Feel me? You never like no one's gonna care about no fish. That's like the legendary fish. Feel me? Like it's like you at the beach learning to go fishing for the summer, and then niggas talk about the legendary fish that's only come like once a summer, and then that's when you have to fucking catch him. Feel me? That's what this is. So it doesn't matter how big the other fish is currently. This is the legendary fish we're talking about. Ain't nobody gonna see. This is like a shiny, bro. Okay. And because of that, right? Because of that, niggas is not letting this go.
I
Trump
understand
realized
you.
that after. I understand you. Appreciate that. Because it's at that point, feel me? Trump tried to brush it off. That didn't work. Okay? Boom. Next thing. Now he got to fucking move like this has nothing to do with him. He's in the files. Okay? Let's just be clear. He's in the files. He knows he's there. We know he's there. They're just we didn't see them, but we know he's that one of them niggas in the files. We know that. We know that. Just based on who he is as a person. We know he's in them. Okay? He knows he's in them. So now that we can't stop focusing on the files, and he is currently president, and people won't stop asking about it, eventually they're gonna have to release it. He couldn't distract America, and so now America's asking, and they're asking him. So now he has to say why it's not coming out for real. Whole time, his plan has shifted. Now it's not, let's not focus on them. Now let's make it so these files are fraudulent, because people will find
He's
them.
president, he won't release.
It's not about him. It's not just about him. With the people asking for these files, with enough people and enough like force, we can make petitions and things can move forward, and they will be forced to release the files, because it has been confirmed that Epstein committed these crimes. They've said it and it's clear. Yes, Epstein has has attacked a bunch of people. A bunch of people has been hurt and abused and assaulted at the island, children included. They said this happened. They didn't say who did it. If my child was assaulted, I would love to know who did it. If a child was assaulted, I would love to know who did it so they can be brought to justice. Same way. And that's why the people have a problem, because you have confirmed crimes occurred on Epstein Island, but you will not confirm who committed said crimes. One man didn't run the whole island and do it himself, but only one man was arrested, and only one man committed, you know what I'm saying? He took himself out, allegedly. So this one man who would have spilled all the beans now can't say anything? Come on, bro. Tee up. And Trump knows this. And it's been too long since the release of the files. And now with them putting out fake footage, because the footage they put out to show that nobody went into his fucking jail cell is fake. They found it in the metadata. The metadata showed it's been exported and edited twice at least. So we know the footage they released was fake. So they released doctored footage. So now people is more suspicious. You said the crimes happened, and you released footage of someone apparently taking himself out, but this footage is tampered with. So now what, bro? Trump's in office for at least 3 more years. If he doesn't get impeached, he can't avoid this.
Energy on Jeffrey Epstein.
Now he has to bullshit.
Nobody cares
now he has
about.
to fucking make it
One of
seem
the
like
biggest pedophiles
it doesn't
in
belong
history,
to him.
with clientele
like
that
the
includes some
files
of the
is
most powerful
fraudulent.
people in the world.
Obama and them made it.
And now all of a sudden
it's
nobody
fake.
cares about
I'm not
Jeffrey
really
Epstein?
in there. It's fake.
What?
Obama and
What are
them
you
did
trying
it.
to even say?
Yeah, I don't get it.
You
it's fake. It's
yourself
fraudulent. Obama
even
made
made the
it.
promise
Trump
that you would declassify the Epstein files if you were elected. If you were elected, you were going to make a big song and dance about this transparency and the Epstein files coming out. So many people around you also made the same claims, and now
he did. I don't know why he did this, but he did. When he was running, one of his promises was the Epstein files will get released. I think, if you ask me, in his head, he must have thought as president he could have made it so that they get released but excluded him, but soon realized presidential power doesn't grant him the ability to tamper with the actual files. So I think he went in saying that because he thought he would be able to change the files, but realized he genuinely can't change it. So now he doesn't want them to be released. He probably would have released them if he could have been able to get his name out. But at the same time, if he takes his name out, he's probably going to have to take out someone else's name, and this name, and that name, and this name, and that name. And it's eventually going to be too many holes, and then they'll be known that names were left out. And then people will feel away because, like, why did you leave my name in? I didn't do anything to you, you know?
all of a sudden,
it's
nobody cares about Jeffrey Epstein?
It's a whole thing.
Nobody? Nobody out there at all? Huh, that's so odd. That's so weird how that just fucking flip-flopped. That's really weird. This desperation from the people in power to bury this conversation should be extraordinarily alarming to anyone that is using any amount of neurons in their noodle. Like, just think for a moment. Why are they trying to pretend that this is nothing? They're trying to, like, hypnotize or brainwash people into just writing this off as no big deal.
Exactly,
They were talking about children being raped by so many people in power. In what universe is that not a huge issue that everyone should care about? You are
Yep.
paying taxes to and are being controlled by people that were raping children. And they are not facing justice, even though justice is what was promised by this administration and had been repeated so many times to the.
That's the problem, bro. It's too much fucking people in power doing this dickheadery, bro. Oh my gosh, there's too many people in power, bro. Like, for this to be released and people to actually get justice, I think, and this is no bullshit, I think the amount of people this affects is so tremendous, it might like cause
How goes
societal
to their
ruin.
heads?
It's not even that. Like, I think like the amount of people that's involved, it might be grounds for like societal ruin. I don't know. Cause it seems like they're kind of stalling until so many years go by where when it does get released, the people who were or are in power got old and retired and moved on with their lives. And then now we release it and then now we take care of it. I think that's the plan because I think it might be too many people in too many high positions that if this was released today, those people would have to fucking go to court. They would lose their positions and like society won't be able to be upheld because too many of those people drop down. But I think we like it's a necessary mean at this point, bro. We got to get them fuckheads out of here. If we got to flush them out like this, you know, we got it has to be made a point that you can't maintain a job status like that while doing dickheadery shit like that. Like, you know, the job title shouldn't be able to defend you. And that's the sad reality of it. That is too many people of high positions that those positions quite literally protect them. Because to put so many, and it's so many of them, to put so many of them together, like, imagine it was the Supreme Court judges of an entire state. That's possible. They're tight knit. If it's every Supreme Court judge of a state, what are we gonna do? Now we have no judge in the Supreme Court. We have to get other state judges to sub in. We gotta promote regular judges up. I guess. You know, it's a lot of. It's gonna be a lot to take care of it, and I think that's what America's trying to avoid. The FBI is trying to avoid their grounds for hiding this is societal ruin, and they want to maintain the privacy as long as possible in hopes that enough of the people in that power are no longer in that power. So when the things are released, you know, the jobs wouldn't be abandoned so fast. I think that's what it
American public
is.
of how they were
If
going
you
to
ask
be
me.
pursuing justice come hell or high water. Everyone that Epstein ever associated with, everyone incriminated in these files, is going to face the piper. So put that in your pipe and smoke it, criminals. And now they're just saying, no, it's not real, it doesn't exist, there's no evidence of that, we're not doing anything. And not only are they not doing anything, they're actively lying to the public about all of it and now trying to convince the public that it's stupid to make a big deal out of it and that you're wrong for making a big deal out of it. Again, keep in mind, a lot of people that are currently in power use the Jeffrey Epstein talking point as a huge piece because the previous administration completely fucking failed in delivering anything of substance in regards to that investigation. So, this next cycle, a ton of people were using it as a way of trying to win over a lot of people about how transparent they're going to be and how justice is going to be a priority. And now that they're in a position to actually deliver on that justice, they're just burying it, outright just denying its existence and making sure all of those that were implicated get away with it. I don't know how any sane.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you. As much as I think politicians lie, I think when it comes to the Jeffrey Epstein files, I think everybody who said they would release it had a plan to release it. They just didn't realize how much people were really involved. And I think the second that anybody tries to push for it, they get letters from everybody they don't know and know. And then they start to realize the weight of what they're gonna do and how it like affects them. And then it just their job's on the line, you know? they're probably getting like crazy blackmail pulled up on them.
Human being with a functioning frontal lobe could look at this as anything other than a complete betrayal and a lie in using their power to protect these elite pedophiles on the Jeffrey Epstein list. It should be something everyone
Elite
cares about,
EVPs
but
is
they're trying
crazy.
to tell you to reject what you know to be true and just mindlessly follow their every single word. Words that change every single day. There's no one story. They're constantly flip flopping. They're not even in agreement with their own stories at all, but you just need to swallow all the shit they feed you. They were already telling you how important Jeffrey Epstein and everything in regards to that case was. Now they're telling you it's not important and it's not real, so get over it. You need to not let that like actually take hold in your psyche. This is the most blatant bad cover up ever. Like, this is the worst cover up job in history, yet somehow it is actually still working for some people. There are people that are now just like
Like,
writing it
bro,
off as no big deal. Like, guys, can we get on to the next thing now? This is stupid. We're so hung up on this Epstein thing. I've never even heard of Epstein. Epstein? I don't even know how to say his name. I
the
have no
NYC
idea what any of this is
financier.
about. All I know is there's no big deal. Like, fucking goofball Stephen A. Smith recently had this to say about it.
It's really, really surprising that this matters. Of course, I think there's a list, but I don't know. I suspect, but I have no knowledge, nor do I care. It's Friday night. I'm getting ready to go out and enjoy myself. I'm getting ready to have a nice weekend. I could give a damn about the client list, the Epstein client list. This has no effect on me whatsoever. I have a life. I don't understand for the life of me why this matters so much to these. I'm talking about people losing it. They're crying on camera. They're talking about resignation.
Yeah, crying is
They're
kind of
pissed
crazy.
off about
I
everything.
won't
I'm
lie.
like,
He's kind of right
really?
with that.
That's a fascinating perspective there, Stephen. I see you put on your stupid cap for this. That's very interesting. So it's no big deal to you that children were being raped by Epstein and all of his associates, many of those associates being very powerful political figures? That you don't understand why that would be like a big deal?
Okay, I don't think there's a reason to attack him. It's probably more of a reason to educate him. Okay, I see where Stephen A is coming. Stephen A is essentially saying, okay, listen, buddy, I know I'm not on the list. I know I actually don't even know if he would be on the list or not. I assume he wasn't. But so assuming he wasn't, right? Niggas saying I don't know who's on the list. I just know I'm not on the list. And I've been hearing about this list and how it's gonna be released, how it's not gonna be released, it's gonna be released. I'm tired of hearing about it. So honestly, I would like to move on. That was Stephen A's selfish perspective. And like it was selfish. But is a realistic perspective. And I get the notion that we should not stop caring because of how serious it is, as he's about to go into. Niggas about to talk about how children were raped and whatever. Unfortunately.
I know what he was saying.
Yeah, you know, I get it. It's selfish, but it's fair. Like, you know, like nigga just like I'm tired of hearing about it. He doesn't want to hear about it no more. But at the same time, now that changes when you have a platform. I can't lie, bro. Cause like, if you by yourself don't care, okay, cool. If I don't care, right now I don't got shit, so I can say I don't care about the files. I do care. I want to release, but I can genuinely say I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Stephen A, on the other hand, you are on air to thousands of people and millions will see this clip afterwards. So what you say will affect the thought process of everyone else. So him saying I don't care isn't a big deal. It's him saying I don't care on live because that gives people a reason to not care, right? One person not caring versus thousands of people caring doesn't make a difference. It's a drop in the bucket. But now when we're talking about thousands of people not caring and thousands of people caring, now it's like, okay, well, enough people don't care, so we can just keep holding these files and we can just move on. And now they win. America wins again. And that's how it's going to keep going. And that's why I'm saying he is at fault. Because it's like, you cannot care about something, bro. But it's like, just because you don't care doesn't mean that you have to shoot the movement in the foot, bro. Don't care in private, nigga. If I'm on live TV, I'ma say it, bro. I know I'm not on the list, but so them niggas better release them bitches. Get them bitches out. That should be out. If I'm ever on live, get them bitches out. But to say you don't care on live, bro, come on, bro. You can't encourage that kind of thought
or
process.
something that people care about. Oh, but you're going out on Friday night to go eat fucking shrimp or something, so you're having like a great time. It doesn't affect you. What is even the point you're trying to make here? You're just implying that because you're about to go have like a nice Friday night, you have a life, thus you can't be bothered to care about these absolutely heinous crimes that other people seem to care about that you don't understand why. Good news, everyone. Stephen A. Smith is not directly affected by the unthinkable crimes committed by Epstein and all of his associates, so the case is closed. There is no point in even pursuing justice against all of the criminals that were involved. There's certainly no point in talking about it any further.
You're
in fact,
kind
he's
of dragging
criticizing
it,
people that are talking about it still. He doesn't think it's that big of a deal because
You're
he's busy.
dragging it,
He's a
bro.
busy guy. He's a very social guy. He's got a function on a Friday night where he can go enjoy some hors d'oeuvres. He doesn't really seem to care all that much.
You're dragging it, bro. You can't see, and that's the thing that's the point people miss. Yes, people can do wrong, but the way he's talking, now he's putting, it's as if he's putting the mishandlings of the FBI in America with this case. He's putting their mishandlings on Stephen A. as if it's his fault. Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, them niggas fucked up, and you don't care that they fucked up, and they keep fucking up, and you don't care that they keep fucking up, so you're the problem. Whoa. To his knowledge, he should be living with, we were promised justice, no? So we should be getting justice. If we're not getting it, okay. That's not my fault we're not getting it. Don't be mad at me. If you want me to care, tell me why I should care. Don't fucking jump down my throat and tell me what's wrong with me not caring. Tell me why I should care, not what's wrong with me for not caring. That's it. People think you're fucking broken because you don't care. No, you're just not informed. So if I sit down and I tell you why it's important and you proceed to not care, different story. You know, we're different thing.
About this whole Epstein thing and all the victims there, I suppose that's what he's implying. So move on. Is it like that's the message he's delivering here? It's crazy. He is directly implying that it doesn't affect him. He doesn't seem to care and doesn't think anyone is justified in caring. It doesn't make sense to him why people care so much about these heinous, evil crimes. That is crazy that he is just confidently saying that with his whole chest. He's unafraid to just say how little it matters to him with how evil this shit is. You can see the talking points have now actually hit the desks. So there's a lot of people that are now trying to regurgitate this vomit about like it's just not a big deal. It's so surprising anyone cares. And you can see that his cohort here is giggling. His handlers went and programmed some laughter into his protocol so that way they could try and like turn this into a joke, which is like the administration has done that before. Remember when they teased the Epstein files release and what they actually did was drop a Rickroll on Twitter for it? It's crazy that they have taken one of the biggest pedophiles in history that has the most evil shit ever in it and have made it into this, a joke, and trying to parade it around like it's no big deal and that you're wrong for caring about it.
With all the stuff going on in this country, with all the power that you possess because of the cachet and the influence you have because of your connection to this administration, that